Hello and welcome back to Melting Smiley Face. Hi guys! I haven't been on camera in a while, honestly. I miss it. I'm coming to you guys kind of froed up, but don't mind. I have kind of like a boneless afro, especially on the top because like the top of my hair is so long, but the rest of it is like shorter, so it's like very weird and mismatched. But besides all that, I'm so glad to be back on camera again. I haven't been on camera in quite a while, partly due to laziness, partly due to creative blocks and not really knowing what to post. I got some ideas from what other people are posting, so that's basically what I'm coming to you guys with now. I also made this video before, but it was bad. Like the first take, I didn't like it, so I'm basically just refilming it. So yeah, let's get into it. This video is gonna be propaganda that y'all are not going to convince me of no matter how hard you try. And the first one is the concept of medium ugly men. I don't know when this started and I don't know who started it. I saw it first on Twitter, but something about the way women talk about men who look usually very normal is strange because they always say he's medium ugly. No, he's just kind of looks like a normal person. But even if he is like someone who has a very glaring something about him that's kind of off physically, but you still find them attractive, it's weird that women put men who they consider medium ugly on a pedestal, but men would never put a woman who's like medium ugly on a pedestal. They'll just be like, oh, she looks fine, she looks normal. They wouldn't act like she's like the most attractive person in the world. But women love doing this. They did it with all of these like white boys of the month. Like, and if you're not on Twitter, white boy of the month is basically where Twitter chooses a new random white man every month to become inexplicably obsessed with. Sometimes they recycle the same white man, but it's just very strange. It's always white men who look extremely normal that they act like is the most attractive man on earth. They did that with what's his name? The guy from The Bear. I can't remember his name right now. I do not see German Erlen White. That's the name. I do not see what y'all see him. I do not see what y'all saw in Barry Keoghan. Matter of fact, before not Selena Gomez, before Sabrina Carpenter dumped him because he cheated on her, I believe. I saw so many people pretending that he was so attractive. I saw people who pretended that Pete Davidson was attractive. So y'all are attracted to anything as long as it's an aggressively average looking white man. But besides the point, medium ugly men is something that y'all are not going to get me to fall for. I love pretty boys. One thing about me, if I like a guy, there's a high chance that he might be gay, or at least, he might be somewhere in the LGBTQ, because men who look slightly feminine, they're never straight. And men who look slightly feminine are the men that I'm attracted to. Like, next on the list of propaganda y'all are not going to get me to fall for, the concept that doing your own hair is easy, especially as a black person. Listen, the black people who can do their own hair don't realize that they exist in like an upper echelon of black people that the rest of us just, we don't meet that level. I can't do my own hair. The fact that I managed to do this fro, it's not even something I tried to do. It's I tried to do my hair like a couple days ago, and then after days of sleeping in my bun, and my hair just formed into this ball. This isn't something I was trying to do on purpose, because if I tried to create an afro on purpose, it would look bad. Even like as I'm looking at it in the viewfinder in the camera, I can see that's not even perfectly round. Like there's some parts of it where it dips. It's just, it's not bad, but it's okay. And black people who can do their own hair love trying to convince everyone else that it's so easy. I have watched so many tutorials on how to cornrow my hair, on how to give myself box braids, how to do twists. It doesn't work. Especially when you have the kind of hair setup that I do, because I have a thing where the front of my hair, specifically around here, is longer than the rest of my hair. The back of my hair, it won't grow to save my life. It has always been like just short. I don't know why. it has always been short, which means it makes it really hard when I try to part my hair, go all the way down, because it's like, because it's too short, the gravity won't let it separate. It often just comes back together. I can't part my hair if I want to straighten it or if I want to braid it, if I want to do anything. So when people are like, "Oh my God, doing your hair is so easy," I'm like, "No, it's not. It's easy for you because you either have really long hair, hair that stays parted when you try to part it, or like hair that's just easier to deal with." And like, I don't think my hair would be as hard to deal with if I actually knew how to take care of my hair, but because I don't, it's very frustrating. And when I see people like, "Oh, this is so easy to do," I'm just like, "No, it's not. It's easy for you, but it is not easy." Next propaganda I'm not falling for is the idea that coleslaw is bad. Listen, I understand not everyone likes coleslaw for many reasons. Some people don't like mayonnaise, some people just don't like the vegetables that are usually in coleslaw. Some people just don't like the temperature of it. Some people think it's like it just tastes weird to some people, and I get it. But you're not gonna convince me that it's bad. If you've ever had coleslaw on a chicken sandwich, perfection. It is so good. Like, everyone tries so hard to pretend that coleslaw is disgusting, and it really isn't. It's just like might not be your taste, but it's not the worst thing ever. Speaking of food, another thing y'all are not going to convince me of is that matcha is bad. I kept seeing videos where people were trying matcha and they were like, "Oh, matcha tastes bad. It tastes like grass. Matcha's not good." Which I'm like, matcha is tea, so of course it's supposed to have some kind of like leafy taste. But when people are like, "Oh, matcha is bad," I was like, "Okay, let me try this for myself and make a decision." And I decided to go to a real coffee shop to try matcha because I have a bunch of like, the usual chain coffee shops, your Dunkins, your Starbucks, your whatever. But I decided if I wanted to try matcha for the first time, I wanted to go to a real coffee shop that wasn't a chain. I don't know. Maybe there was a part of me that thought that like if it's not a chain, it's more authentic and I'll get a better experience. But I tried it and I was like, this is good. I had a matcha strawberry latte. I think that's what it's called, but it was good. Like, it just tasted like strawberry milk with the matcha green tea on it, and it was fine. I will say it's interesting that I like matcha because I'm not a person who enjoys tea. Like, I won't drink regular tea because I think it tastes bad, but I like matcha. I don't know, maybe it's because it's powdered that it tastes better to me, but I don't know. Next propaganda I'm not falling for is the diaspora wars, like within the black community, Africans versus black Americans versus Caribbeans versus Afro Latinos. It's all nonsense. Whenever I think of the diaspora wars, I think of a tweet that someone I follow on Twitter made where she said, "I don't support anyone in the diasporas. All of y'all are black and stupid." And as harsh as that is how I feel about the diaspora wars whenever it pops up. I'm just like, y'all are all too insufferable to be doing whatever this is. It's just annoying. Cut it out. Or if you don't want to cut it out, just leave it off of my timeline because I don't want to see stupid people go back and forth about their stupidity. It's enough. Next propaganda I'm not falling for is using AI as your search engine, friend, therapist, partner, whatever that nonsense is, y'all gotta cut it out. For the AI search engine, the thing about it that really grinds my gears is that usually you get your AI generated answers from Google. Like, Google has done this thing where if you Google something, the first thing that comes out is an AI generated answer and then the rest of the like Google page. And even if it's correct, which very often it isn't, but even if it's correct, if I am having an argument with someone on the internet about something or just an argument in real life and I want to Google it to prove my point, I'm not going to show them the AI generated answer that says the thing that I wanted to say. Even if it's correct, I'm going to go to an actual Google page and cite where I got my source because I feel like once you start trusting AI for the things they get correct, you will inadvertently start trusting them for the things they get wrong. because you just assume it's all correct because, oh, when I Googled this and I Googled this and I Googled this, the AI answer that came up was always correct, so that means they must always be correct. But like, AI is still in like, not really beta phase, but it's still being tested. It's still learning from everything in order to give out its answers. So it might be wrong. It might be collecting some information that people are spewing that's misinformation, and you can't really be sure of it. So you should probably just go to like a peer reviewed or just a real website instead of posting AI. And I'll make another video about the things I dislike about AI. Like AI slop. Oh my god. One of the most terrifying things that has ever happened in my life is scrolling, just innocently scrolling on TikTok or Twitter or where it can be whatever, and seeing an AI generated video or picture or whatever. It will always be something that is so discomforting that your first thought, apart from, oh my god, this is terrifying, is what sick fuck prompted the AI to do that? What words did you put into an AI generator to spew out whatever that was? Because that was so terrifying. Like, I will make a video about AI eventually because it does terrify me. There are also good things about it that I can say. Like, I'm not someone who's completely anti AI, but whew, it can truly be scary. As for y'all using AI for partnership to make friends, I mean, I want to say that you're a loser, but I also feel sorry because I'm a person who tends to have a hard time making friends. I'm quite socially awkward. I don't know when to speak. When I'm in a conversation with somebody, I'm trying to make sure that I don't overshare or say something weird. I just get scared to approach people because I'm always have this thing in the back of my mind where it's like, oh, they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to you. You're being weird. Like, I understand what it's like to have anxiety and have a hard time reaching out to people. But turning to AI feels extremely dystopian and strange, especially when it comes to partnership. Because here's my thing, if you make friends online, it's like, it's still bad if your primary friendships are online. Like, you should meet people in real life. But something about falling in love with like AI bots is just very, it's very strange to me because AI bots don't have real personalities. Every AI bot is a combination of everyone who has ever used it. So when you're falling in love with your AI girlfriend online, you're just falling in love with like what's essentially the culmination of thousands of different women, men, non-binary people, because it does AI doesn't even discriminate. It's gonna take everything it can get, and I just feel like if you're going to try to pursue dating through an online means, like that's how I primarily try to date. Just go on a dating app, and I understand dating apps are, they're a whole thing. People on dating apps suck, but I feel like it's at least a better alternative to falling in love with a chatbot. As for y'all using AI for therapy, again, I get it. Therapy is extremely expensive. That's primarily what makes it inaccessible to most people, but I don't believe that an AI therapist is giving you good advice about anything. Like, I understand it can be unbiased because it literally cannot judge. It doesn't have emotions. It's a machine. But you need human emotions. You need human rationale for things. You need someone to use their life experience or experience that they've heard about to help you with your problem. You can't just let AI tell you exactly what to do because no matter how much information you give an AI chatbot, they will never understand true context because true context exists in human experience. If you were on the train and someone who, before getting off the train, stepped on your shoe and it ruined your day and you were so mad about it and you told an AI chatbot that someone stepped on your shoe and it makes you so mad you want to punch them in the face. A real person would probably say, "Oh, so how was the rest of your day?" Or how was everything leading up to someone stepping on your shoe? They would get the context of what has happened in your life to tell you, hey, you wanting to punch them in the face might not be just because they stepped on your shoe. It might be because you were angry about something from last week and you've been carrying it in your head all day, and then someone stepping on your shoe pushed you over the edge. And they giving you good advice to not punch someone is better than the AI telling you, I understand how you feel. You want to punch someone. Like, no. You need to speak to real people about your real medical problems because AI can only do but so much. Last on the list of propaganda I won't be falling for, low effort dates. And when I say that, I don't mean low effort dates as a thing, but I mean low effort dates, the concept. Not because I think there aren't dates where the person planning the date isn't putting like the most effort into it, but I feel like a lot of the things that get called low effort dates are just people wanting to get to know each other in like neutral environments before doing something big. Let me explain. Okay. So I'm a person who hasn't dated much in my life because I'm super awkward. I don't know how to flirt, and I don't know how to suss out if someone is attracted to me or not. So I've never really dated, like dated. I've been on a couple here or there, but it's never really turned into something, right? I haven't dated my whole life. I didn't date in high school. And honestly, I didn't have a problem with it in high school. I had so many bigger problems that not having a boyfriend didn't even scratch the surface of things I was concerned about. But because I'm an adult now and didn't get to date in high school, I feel like I missed out on a core part of dating that I might romanticize. Maybe I'm like just thinking too much of it, but I missed the part of dating where you could do cute, low effort dates where you just get to know this person as a person instead of trying to do something, okay, not grandiose, but like more standard. Because the standard adult date is that y'all go out for dinner at a restaurant. It could be like a casual dining place, it could be a fancy restaurant, it could be whatever. But in high school, you could go on a date to the arcade. You could go on a date to the movies. You could go karting on a first date. You could do all of these like cute, fun things to get to know a person. But it feels like in the adult world, like the primary first date is that y'all go out to dinner, and I don't want to do that. I really don't want to get to know you over like whatever the house special is. Maybe it's because of what I feel like I would value in a relationship, but I primarily want to know that I can have fun with whoever this person is. Sure, other things are important, like if you're financially stable, but I primarily want to know that being around you is going to be a fun experience for me. And I feel like I don't really get to see that if we're just going to dinner or even going to a museum. Like museums, I get that they're really good first dates to like find things to talk about. And I've been to a museum date and I liked it. But I feel like I would have preferred doing an activity. Like I'm an activity date person. I'm not really a sit down and talk person. I would like to get to know you while we're doing something, right? And I know that for me, the primary reason why I want to date this way is because I'm not in a position in my life where I'm trying to date to marry. Like I'm far beyond, not far beyond, far behind dating to marry. Like I just want to date to date. So once I get like maybe a few relationships under my belt and start moving to a date to marry kind of mindset. Maybe the kind of dates I want to go on change. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten there. But as for now, low effort dates, that's not a concept that exists to me. All right, we've come to the end of the video again. I'm so glad to be back on camera again, and I don't know when I'll post next, but I hope it's soon, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.